And so that's why my mother turned to the drink. Yes, bless that woman. Bless that woman indeed. Oh, hello there, friends. Hello, Reginald G. Smithson here. Look at you. Look at you. There you are. I wish I could be there. Looks rather interesting. Yes. Although, I was once not there. Of course, you'd have noticed, or at least I'd assume you would have noticed. Maybe not. We may need to investigate that. Would they notice? Possibly. But yes, it does remind me of a time when I did something quite similar to coming to you. Yes. When was it now? The year was 2147, yes. And we were just playing around with the matter manipulator. When I ended up in some poor soul's kitchen, if I remember rightly. At least I think it was a kitchen. It was very white, very clean, very nice indeed. Lovely tile work. A big bench in the middle of the room. There was a sink off to the side, so I assumed it was a kitchen. It's very clinical. There was a lot of big lights, very, very bright lights. They must have liked to have been able to see what they were preparing nice and clearly. And there were some rather sharp implements laid around as well. A big white cloth over on another table as well, but it was very bumpy. There was something underneath it. So I'm not too sure what that could have been. Seemed like a bit of an impractical dining table, really, to have the cloth, but unless it was hiding the meal and then it was going to be like, voila! Ah, yes. You tried that once, didn't you, old boy? Yes, it didn't go very well because you forgot that everything was very wibbly-wobbly and you got just cranberry sauce and wine and peas. So many peas everywhere, just flying through the air. Flying through the air. You hit the Duchess in the eye with one, remember? She didn't notice. It was just lodged there. Just lodged there, right in the corner. For the entire evening. Oh dear. Oh dear me. Oh my. Oh dear. Goodness heavens, did you see that? An antelope. I'm sure it was an antelope. What are they doing stampeding around outside? It's not the season for it. Goodness me, I'll be writing a letter to Lord Smithson. Oh wait, that's me. Oh dear. Anywho, where were we? We were in the kitchen, which was not possibly a kitchen, but was a kitchen. Yes, kitchen. I do say, well, yes, that was it. Naturally, I tried to find my way back. I wanted to get home. I'm in somebody else's kitchen. I'm not a chef. I don't know how to prepare food. I'm not a gourmet. I'm sure you can attest to that, can't you? Silence, boy. Silence. I'm telling a story to my friends here. But naturally, as I say, I attempted to get home, attempted to make my way back to where I came from. But I couldn't seem to quite figure out how I'd even gotten there in the first place, which is a little bit of a problem, really. So I began to scour this kitchen for supplies, something to make tea with, you know, settle the nerves. Didn't work, no luck. So I just sort of sat there at the big bench in the middle. I noticed it had a sort of drain in it as well, which is interesting. They must do a lot of very messy cookery preparation. Maybe they use a lot of tomatoes. I know that if I ever or citrus fruit. You slice into a citrus fruit and the juice goes everywhere and into your eye, and then you end up looking like the Duchess. Oh my, the Duchess with the pea in the eye. You have to be very careful when telling that story, otherwise she gets rather upset that you're taking things out of context. But after a while, a woman came into the kitchen, and she saw me there, and she was all dressed in white, and she was rather startled to see a man as dignified as I, just sitting at her table, bench, area, whatever it was. And she chased me out, she chased me away, brandishing some sort of knife as well. She was crazed, truly she was. Wondering what I was doing, why I was attempting to steal her secrets. I tried telling her, my dear lady, I care not for your recipes. I just wish to get home. And I said, well, get home with you then. Get home. Be gone. And I fled her home, a very strange home, actually. It was on a precipice, built on the top of a cliff. And I ran out of there. Wasn't looking where I was going, which is on my own fault there. Nothing could have been done there apart from me maybe paying slightly more attention as to what I was doing. And so I fell off the cliff, and I was plummeting down, 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 down. And there were rocks, there was a sea, and there were rocks at the bottom, and there were those big pointy ones, you know, not the nice smooth, shiny, oh, they're so very pretty. We'll take a photograph of those and send them to all the acquaintances. No, these were big, pointy fellows, very sharp. The kind that if you'd landed on them, you'd notice. You would certainly notice that. And so I was preparing myself for quite a painful conclusion to this fall, at which point I was grabbed by a pterodactyl. And we flew over the hills and far away, and I landed, and when we landed, I looked up at the fellow, at Skippy. Skippy, hello. You remember Skippy? Skippy, go back years. Really do. So Skippy brought me here, settled me down. We shared an almond croissant, but then she had to take off. She had to be home by dusk, as they had the little ones to look after that evening. So I was left on my own in the middle of a field, having to get a taxi home. And I did, eventually. It cost me about 3,000 peseta, but I got there. Which reminds me of the time I helped resurrect the dinosaurs, or at least some of them. But that is a story for another day. Would you care for a glass? No? You're going, are you? Well, just like Skippy, you have other things to do. Well, see to it, and I will see you later. Ta-ta, ta-ta. Bless that woman.